Wild Edmonton is a partnership between the University of Alberta and the City of Edmonton. We work to put up a grid of wildlife cameras to understand what biodiversity exists throughout the city and how we can protect it.
We dedicated a lot of time with the City of Edmonton and the graduate students at the university to figure out where to place these cameras. What we ended up with was an X-like pattern that stretched from the far southwest to the northeast of the city, and then another broad transect that went from the southeast of the city to the northwest. Coyotes were the most often detected species on our cameras. Next was white-tailed deer. That was a surprise to us. Quite a few moose in surprisingly central locations. And we found some species that you don't necessarily expect to see in a city. One of those was fisher. They aren't yet well established in Edmonton, but Wild Edmonton is the kind of project that could document the arrival of species like raccoons or gray squirrels, which are likely to arrive from red deer in the coming years.
We took over 2 million pictures in 3 years. It was a lot of images to go through. We actually created a new partnership with some of the computer experts at the City of Edmonton, and we engaged their help in developing and incorporating AI and machine learning into image processing. And then send it off to our University of Alberta volunteers and amazing master's student, Cassie Stevenson, who organized the tagging. We've also had the opportunity to work with an international organization called the Urban Wildlife Information Network, and we pool all of our data. And with that information, we've been able to identify large trends of how wildlife use urban areas. So for example, that greener cities are better for wildlife and people when it comes to climate change.
Having these images creates a resource that we've been able to use to answer some short-term questions that interested us here and now, and it creates a benchmark that we can use to compare with a future effort that might assess biodiversity in Edmonton, say 10 years from now, and see how it's changed in response to increasing urbanization and, of course, climate change. We are so lucky here in Edmonton to have this fabulous river valley, and it's been great to see how Wild Edmonton has invited more Edmontonians to appreciate and enjoy the biodiversity that's unique to Edmonton.